Light Show. Jeff Beck, Jimmy Page with the Yardbirds, 1967. Grandy Ballroom, Detroit, Michigan. Blowout. Before lasers. Before CGI. The original Light Show. Mirrors on your guitar. I kind of like the old school myself. Hey, everybody. Okay, everybody, just a quick comment on this M80 mono dual guitar case. It's really nice. I should review it sometime. But inside, we've got this beauty, and I do mean a beauty. So I'm going to review the Jimmy Page Mirror Telecaster. Hope you'll consider watching. I wanted to share with you this guitar, which I've had for a month or two now. It's the Jimmy Page Mirror Telecaster. I know they made several. They made the Dragon one, that was a Mexican one, which I'm sure is good. I haven't played one. Then they have a custom shop one that's like twice as much as this. And then they came out with like a $50,000 one that was custom shop that was signed by Jimmy Page. But this is the production line Mirror Telecaster. I believe it is the most expensive production guitar Fender makes before you go into the custom shop. So it wasn't cheap. Let me tell you a story. I bought it used. And the original one I bought was about $2,000, and it came and it didn't have the mirrors on it, and I loved it. I mean, it was a great guitar. I mean, and I even took some little videos of it. But then in Atlanta, they had this one at the Alpharetta store in Atlanta, Guitar Center. And I said, man, I'm an idiot if I don't go down there and A/B these two guitars while I have them. And I just had gotten that other one, so it was within the return policy. So I went down to the store and I played it, and I'll be doggone if I didn't like this one better. I mean, I sat and played it for an hour, and I said, man, this one just plays so great, and it's just really good for. You know, a lot of that stuff that was kind of mellow Zeppelin was played on like Telecaster. You know, you got just acoustically it sounds good. But buying this. Now the thing is, the mirrors were already on this one, so the previous owner had put the mirrors on, and I wasn't going to put the mirrors on, not because I don't think they're cool, and I sort of think they belong on there. I mean, that's the whole point of having a mirror Telecaster. Why not? Why shouldn't you put the mirrors on there? But I'm like a lot of people, I didn't really have the guts to do it myself. That beautiful white nitrocellulose finish. Am I really going to put these sticky mirrors on there? So I'm kind of glad the other previous owner had bit the bullet and put the mirrors on, because I've decided that, you know, I do like having the mirrors on there. I mean, it's a Jimmy Page Mirror Telecaster. What kind of, you're kind of dropping the ball if you don't put the mirrors on there. But I don't know if I would have done it if I just bought one clean without the mirrors. And when I bought the used one, it didn't have that great strap or that cord in it. But other than that, it was pretty much mint. I love the finish on this thing. Nitrocellulose lacquer. Now, every time you get a guitar with nitro finish and you go on these forums, there's, no matter how nice your guitar is, you say, hey, I got this new guitar, this Fender made, it's got a nitro finish, I love it so much. And there's always about 6 people that go, that's not a real nitro finish, it's got this kind of undercoat, it's got a poly undercoat, and I don't know. This is a nice finish. I mean, and it's a nitro finish. It's a 2023 nitro finish. But it's a beautiful nitro finish. As a matter of fact, I've always been a big proponent of nitro finishes, but suddenly when you see how beautiful they are, you suddenly start to go, I love relic guitars. I want to wear it, get wear on the guitar and all that. I'm like everybody else. But then you think, I don't want to like leave it in the car for half an hour and have it just turn into like soup or something. I mean, there are some reasons that they change the specs on nitro a little bit, because some of that old stuff, you leave it in the car for a half an hour and your guitar is ruined, not aged to perfection like Clapton's Brownie, but just flat out ruined. So this is a really nice finish. It's like, I don't think it's Olympic white. It might be. They have so many different shades, but it's just like an ice cream white. It looks like ice cream. And the other thing is, I don't think there are all that many white tellies. Now, I was saying that, and then I looked. Now that Jeff Beck played a white telly, which maybe was one of his Esquires, actually. But there are people around. Bruce Springsteen plays a white telly, but I don't associate white that much with tellies, so it's kind of cool to have a white telly. I'm not going to go through all the specs line by line. Another thing I wanted to mention, these vintage slotted tuners, I've always said I didn't like them. I bought a Fender Blue Flower Telecaster 7-8 years ago when they first came out, made in Japan. It's an excellent guitar, excellent. And it wasn't all that expensive, and it was a limited edition. I'm really glad I got it. I'm going to talk about it sometime. You can see me playing a little bit on this channel sometimes. But that was the first time I ever ran across these things, which used to be on like every Fender. But I went to change a string just nonchalantly like I have for decades. And I suddenly realized, how do you change a string on that? And I'd try to push it in there, and some guy was trying to explain it to me, and I couldn't do it. So I've been having people change the strings on these vintage slotted tuners. But over the years, I've come to realize they are a good, stable tuning gear system, actually. That John, I don't know, is that John that does all those good Premier guitar videos? He's kind of the main guy for Premier guitars. He was saying, and I really agree, it's like these tuners from the 50s were like locking tuners. And they were like kind of a simple but very effective. They just locked that string in there. And I've got 3 guitars now with these vintage locking tuners. And they never give me any problems. They don't break strings. They very seldomly break strings. And they're always in good tune. They really hold their tune. And if you think about it, a lot of variables can go into breaking strings or tuning strings issues. But one of them certainly is strings slipping up around here. And these things seem to really hold the strings. So I really like those vintage slotted tuners, although I still don't like the tuners. great. All the like the hardware, the pots, and everything. You can just tell when you get a really nice guitar. Even like things like the pots are just better. You know, they feel sturdier. They feel a little more durable, and they turn really smoothly. I'm not a fanboy. I don't buy signature guitars because of the artist as much as I like Jimmy Page. I bought it because I wanted another, like a vintage type guitar. And the 59 is kind of interesting. I don't even think they know exactly all the specs on a 59 Tele. But one of the things that just about everybody notices is you've either got a top loader or you can turn it over and load it through the back. This is currently strung through the back. So the previous owner had strung these through the back. A lot of people say when you string it through the top, you get kind of a more rubbery feel, which is really cool. And I think my 1980s E-Series Japanese Tele loads from the top like that. But it's super nice neck. It's got a 725 neck radius. Now I've always I like the 7.2.5 neck radius a lot. This one has a little fatter neck than my Fender 70th Anniversary Esquire, so it's a little. When you get up the neck, it's a little touchier to get nice clean bends, but it's still a great guitar. And if you think about it, that's the way a lot of those old albums were made. And I think there's kind of a playing style that goes with that. That's a very good style. I notice like you can bend strings. I don't know why people get so bent out of shape. You know, the upper part of the guitar is the tail, not the dog. I say sometimes people focus so much on, you know, these 18, 19 frets. It's the tail. They're letting the tail wag the dog. You're a good musician. You want the whole neck of the guitar. And sometimes if your only focus is on, you know, how great you can shred up there on the 19th fret, you're sacrificing a lot of things on the other part of the guitar for overall guitar playing, in my opinion. So it's just a great neck. I think I like the neck on my Esquire a little better, but that's just such a great neck. And I'm going to do a video in the near future comparing these two great guitars. But just a really, really, really nice guitar. It's just Sweetwater Guitar Center. There are a number of people that say it's the best Tele they've ever played, and I've got that Fender Esquire, and between that and this, these are the best Teles I've ever played. And in the near future, I'll do a comparison video. But it's just a great guitar. I'm not going to go on and on. I love it. I love it very much. It's a keeper. It's going to be handed on when I'm not around. It's that kind of guitar. You know, some guitars you have, and you just kind of play them and maybe use them. You know, we need guitars like that too sometimes, but this is one for the coming decades. It's a really nice guitar. Jimmy Page, Mirror Telecaster. Thanks. God bless.